You're now listening to Figure It Out, a custom 1/6 figure podcast dedicated to those who recognize work of excellence. And now, here's your host, Stiff Richards.
What is going on, guys? Here we are again. Look at us all doing the podcast thing. How you guys doing? I love that intro. I'm going to continue to do that intro until you guys tell me to fucking stop doing that intro. What up, guys? Figure It Out. My new custom figure podcast. Again, as I said prior, I don't really know what I'm doing. This is all new to me. We're going to go through this, get through this together, and hopefully as the episodes and this progresses, it'll make more sense. But today's a special day. Not only is it the first ever Figure It Out episode 1 podcast segment, but it is with none other than one of my greatest friends in this hobby, Mr. One's Customs. Mr. One's Customs will be joining us very shortly. He's a dear friend of mine. Again, it's where I all started. I mentioned this back in, I did a Hobo Myers review. One of the first figures that I've ever received. I did a review of it, and I kind of told everybody, and I explained to everybody like where I got the figure, what happened when I got the figure, what I was looking for, and yeah, I was looking for a figure, a Michael Myers figure for my tattoo artist, and he was really into that type of shit, and you know, I had like the 18-inch Movie Maniac figures or whatever, and I was kind of like watching reviews, and I stumbled across like in the recommendations like a custom Hobo Myers figure. And I'm like, because I've always been into art. I've always been into like customizing stuff. Like handmade anything is just the coolest shit. Like I just got this from my in-law. Hold on. My wife's mom got me this from Mexico, you know? I'm a Viking fan and it's handmade and I'm just like, oh my God, fuck yeah, handmade stuff. But anyway, into handmade stuff. I don't know if you guys can hear all the messages that I'm getting on Facebook. I hope that's not being picked up. Again, this is new to me. This will probably be a waste of time. But stumbled across One's Customs Hobo Myers video. The rest is history. Back in the day, this was early 2013. There was no Facebook existed, but there was no figure groups really at all, I don't think. At least I didn't, that I knew of. And One's Customs was extremely hard to get a hold of. You know, Instagram and, you know, his YouTube was kind of shut down at the time, I believe. I'm not sure. But what happened, it was kind of funny, real quick story, and then I'm gonna get on with this. My name on my eBay account was Joe Bizzle because my name. I grew up with the nickname Joe Bizzle. And I searched eBay for weeks trying to find a One's Customs figure to buy. They were very, very scarce. Like there was no figures anywhere. But I finally came across a Warlock from a guy, he went by the name of Texas Kev on YouTube. I think he's still on YouTube. Maybe I'll check, put a link in the description or something. But I stumbled across Texas Kev selling a Warlock, so I freaked out. I messaged him, and I was like, dude, can you please give me One's Customs fucking phone number? Okay, so I knew that he had his number because in all his videos, he was like, yeah, me and One just got off the phone and shit. And I was like mad jealous. I was like, damn, he's like talks to One's Customs and shit. So I messaged him and he immediately was like, oh, he's like, I heard One's is working on like a part 6 Jason for you or something, like a part 8 Manhattan Jason. And I'm like, huh? He thought I was Joe Biz 34 on YouTube. Ron, shout out to Ron if you're watching. He thought I was Ron because my name on eBay was Joe Biz, and he sends me One's Customs phone number. He goes, oh yeah, he goes, I think he got a new number here. And then I messaged him back. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, buddy? I've never talked to One in my life. And then we kind of like talked, and he's like, oh, I thought you were this guy. My bad, blah, blah, blah. Don't bother him, whatever. And I'm like, I'm just going to text him or some shit. I texted him. I called him. He called me back, and the rest is history. So we've been longtime buddies for, wow, going on 8 years now. We're good buds. So yeah, we're gonna crack on into this interview. We're gonna see how this works. Again, This might not even work, but we're going to see how it works. So let's try this. Ooh, I'm kind of nervous. Aren't you guys? I'm kind of nervous. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Watch him not answer.
What's good? It's your boy One coming at you once again.
Hey, what is going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, brother?
We got One's Custom on the line. Can you hear that cheering?
Oh, yeah, man. Feeling good.
That's sweet. Now, I am, in fact, recording you, so I'm the feds right now. Let's not get too crazy. But like I said, I don't want things to be weird, and we can just chit chat real quick. And I know a lot of people, when I announced this podcast thing, they were really into the One's Customs interview part of it, and they really wanted to hear from the man himself, the horror king, Mr. One's Customs. How you feeling today? What are you doing? You just got back from
awesome.
You just got back from a meeting or what? A kids play?
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations for having an excellent podcast. I can already tell you're really taking this thing serious.
Hey, buddy. Thanks. I'm just trying. Let me tell you.
Great.
I was a little worried about the sound and shit because there's a lot of smarter people in the hobby than me, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna start this podcast and look like a fucking piece of shit. I'm just trying to bring a little flavor into the custom side of things because for the last year or two it's been a little stale, but it's all good, bro. It's all good. Thank you for being the first ever guest. So, what are you working on right now, dude? What's on your plate right now? What are you working on?
Oh, man. Currently, what's not on my plate? But currently, right now, it's just getting out these new bloods, this last batch. I got some hobos in the works, and of course, the Leatherface. But, I got a lot of, other things I'm not talking about. I try not to talk about.
Some low-key, like, surprises or what?
Sure, man. A couple of one-offs, couple of concepts. You know me. I like to have fun, man. Keep them guessing.
I have a couple of questions written down. So, what are your plans, Mr. Montwain? On is your middle name Jerome? By the way,
it is not Jerome.
I've been trying to fucking figure out Montwain's middle name since we met, and the fucker won't tell me.
Well, I mean, if you want to judge by my first name, Montwain, being how unique that is. I think that leaves, a lot of, choices for what my middle name could be.
It can only,
a lot of options there. It could be anything, man. It could be Planet, Cheeseburger. It could be anything, man. Yeah, you know what? That sound effect just makes my joke seem not funny at all. Then again, probably wasn't.
This fucker said cheeseburger, I'm pretty sure. But hey,
I'm kidding. I love my name. I'm just kidding.
I fucking don't really like your name that much. It pisses me off that your name's Montwain sometimes. And because when we're arguing and shit on the phone, I don't want to be like One. I want to be but I don't want to yell like Montwain because that's kind of fucking stressful too. But anyway.
Oh man.
What are your plans for 2020? Like, do you think that far? Are you kind of like a 2 weeks ahead, or just on your edge of seat? What do you got going?
I used to be that person that just tries to make it through the day, but no, man, I try to plan out as far as I possibly can. I mean, for 2020, I really just want to work on the quality of my work, my communication. I want to work on my turnaround time. I'm always trying to improve it. I'm getting better. But it's a goal of mine to, get on top of that as possible. So I've been making sure I've been clearing out a lot of my work, and we're getting closer and closer.
Yeah. You guys,
and of course, my character selection, I do want to switch that up, and I'm already doing that.
I try to remind a lot of guys that talk to me about it that you are, in fact, pretty much a one-man band. You're doing absolutely everything. You're one of the only artists in this hobby that literally does everything for the most part. Like,
for the most part.
You even cast your shit, don't you?
Yeah, man. I do. I'm going to be working on that though, man. I'm going to have to stop spreading myself so thin. Pause.
I think it's great. I know a lot of people that specifically just buy from you because you are, in fact, a one-man band, and you. if you really understand how these figures are put together from other artists, One's Customs spends the most time with the actual figure that you're buying in his hands. A lot of artists...
You can actually tell.
Yeah. You hold each figure technically the longest than any other customizer in the hobby, and that's fucking sweet, man.
I would say that. I mean, that's always been my thing, brother. Like, I really am into the raw. Like, I've always enjoyed that part of the customizing. To me, is just being really hands-on. Not to say that any of these other artists aren't. I mean, I'm fans of all of them.
Yeah.
But for me, I definitely gotta, I remember buying a Dark Artist figure. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but if you remember who Dark Artist was, he had, the thumbprint, on top of the Part 8 head skull, custom Jason Manhattan figure, like things like that. Not that I have thumbprints on my stuff, but
I know.
Things like that, man. It just to let you know, it was hands-on,
What is your favorite figure? People wanted me to ask you this. What is your favorite figure and your least favorite figure to make right now? As right now.
Wow, man. My New Bloods are usually my favorite, and my hobos are probably my least favorite.
You fucking hate hobos, dude. It's funny.
I fucking hate hobos, brother. Like, I'm doing about 3 of them right now, and the formula is constantly evolving, much like the New Blood as you go. And so, you reach a point where, like, you know what? You get obsessed and you just say, I'm going to have to hit this again.
Is it more
I'm
because
take a new approach?
Yeah, is it more because the Hobo Myers is more a specific look when, like, the New Bloods, you can kind of Dremel to it up real nice and wherever it rips, or what?
Well, I mean, you want to say that. I don't know. I think there's just a lot going on with the Hobo. I really care about the Hobo, a lot. And so I guess that's where it is. I mean, I'm talking like every look from the pant leg, I'm every color, every weather, every tear, I try to just put extra attention to for some weird reason. It's like an obsession.
I actually, as I sit here, I have your New Blood on my desk, and it is absolutely fire and desire. It makes me horny. What makes you horny?
Custom figures.
Okay, a custom figures makes One's Customs horny. What did you do? This is even a question for me here. You obviously make a living on your talent. What did you do before custom figures? What was the last job you had before you were a customizer?
Oh man, shoot, it's really been a while. I've been doing this for over a decade. So, I mean, I was probably some warehouse job, honestly, I mean, was involved in sales. If you want to talk about, doing eBay or something, I was probably always doing stuff like that. I was always into collectibles, stuff like that.
But you were a warehouse worker?
A regular 9 to 5, man. I was a warehouse worker, regular 9 to 5 stuff. Nothing impressive. I wish there was something impressive I could say.
No, it's way cool. Like, dude, your story, I mean, we can't get into like the whole thing in a fucking half hour, but your story, it's like you're a living, breathing, walking, talking, just miracle story. And it sounds mad corny, but dude, you literally started, like, when I met you, you were
I was in hard times.
Yeah,
I was definitely having hard times.
And to see, you go from like a motel to a 5-bedroom house with a pool in the backyard with a little lady like cleaning it while you're drinking your coffee over like with custom figures, all because of custom figures, like that is fucking crazy. And it's something
all because of custom figures and of course help from you, brother. Like, I mean, I always have to credit that to you, a lot of it to you. Of course, you want to say I have the talent, sure, but it was without direction until I met you. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely, you helped clean up the business because I was terrible, man. I was terrible with the communication.
But that's all behind us, obviously. But yeah, when we came when we came into this, like I said, like when you come from like where you come from or where you came from in a warehouse, and then you start doing YouTube videos, and all of a sudden hundreds of people are throwing thousands of dollars at you. It's kind of hard to say no, and that would have happened with anybody. But it's crazy to see the progression, and it makes me warm and fuzzy inside. And it's fucking sweet, man. Like, seriously, like, you need to be, you are proud of yourself. I know you are, but you need to just be, I'd be standing out in the middle of the street with my shirt off, like, waving at people. Like, I'd be like, look at what I did, guys. But no, seriously.
Trust me, man. Not a day goes by that I am not thankful or grateful to be in the position that I am today, man. And it is. It's because of custom figures. It's because of art, and just, of course, you know, just passion. And,
yeah, dude. The passion is real from your end, bro. I can tell. Everybody can tell. You're definitely passionate about your work and what you do, and the genre you make, that sector, that horror sector. It's part of you. It's
always been horror, man.
How about this question? And this is another interesting question. Because you have, you know, this is your form of income, and, you know, you have how many babies? You got 4 kids?
4 kids.
And your old lady. Do you find yourself being more careful about your hands? Like, do you try not to?
Yeah, I was just having a conversation to a friend of mine about that specifically. Yes,
I know that. You're in California, so there's not snow. But like, if you were like on ice, you'd be like extra sketched out, because like, what would really happen if you fucking broke like your wrist like real bad, needed surgery?
Well, these hands are insured, brother, but I'm, you know, I don't know what I would do, bro. Like honestly, like, you know, I have a big old son who I would like to, you know, punch a little more.
Yeah, I saw you do like you do like a spinning kick. You did a spinning kick into JR, and he fell into the pool.
Yeah,
and the first thing I thought about, I was like, dude, you're gonna fucking slip on that wet ass concrete and blow your fucking, just break something. So you got to chill with all that.
Yeah, man. I was at the park one time trying to race my son, and you know, I guess there was a little hole in the ground, or like a little dent, and I kind of fell. And the first thing I did was like, no, I tucked my hands in. I'll land on my back, my shoulder, my head, but I'm not landing on these hands. And I just had to take the fall, man. It was a natural reaction, not to land on my hands.
What's the biggest injury that you remember since you started customizing on your hands?
Man, you know what? I did hurt my wrist for a while. I never spoke about that. It was good, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know what I did. You know, I tried to, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened, but I was still able to work, but it was
slowed you down a little bit, or what?
It slowed me down a little bit, but that was a couple years ago. So I think after that, I definitely just, you know, I take it easy a lot more when it comes to, you know, my hands.
Yeah, that shit would fucking sketch me out, dude, because that's your whole...
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I have to do something else.
What would you do? What would you do?
Well, you know, there's plenty of other things I can do now. I mean, being as how just doing this, it's opened up some doors. You know, I would still probably be in some kind of sales, something. You know, there's always a product out there someone's gonna want of some sort.
Yeah. When was the last time, honest to God, that you shit in your pants? That wasn't a scripted question, but I was just wondering.
Man.
I was talking about this at work. Like, have you, like, in the last 5 years, have you shit in your pants?
Oh, most definitely. Nothing heavy, you know, more like a smear. Just like, what do you call those?
When you have like the stomach flu and you cough hard?
A shart.
A shart.
Yeah, I might have had a shart in my life. Nothing recent. But
was it something?
Definitely within 5 years.
What did you have to change your underwear and shit?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was at home. I remember.
Did you tell your wife, or did you like low key just?
I did tell her, but I told her, you can't tell her when it happens, or even right after. You have to wait at least a couple months before you bring it back up.
So
that's a fact.
That is the damn truth. Like, you didn't want to just go up there and show her, be like, look what I just did. It's kind of low key embarrassing.
Man.
No matter
you got to throw the drawers away, and it's over.
Oh fuck! All right, so real quick, back to this. Where do you personally, like, really think about this, buddy? Where do you see the hobby in 10 years from now, 2030?
Oh wow!
Like, do you think like, with that question, are you intimidated at all? Because you're, like I said, you're old school. You like the raw, edgy, in your face, hands-on type of art figures. Does ZBrush and 3D printing and all that shit intimidate you at all? Like, honestly?
No, not at all, man. I mean, it's something I definitely am already, looking into. I have to, because you have to at least keep up with the time, especially if you want to understand it. But no, man, you know why? Because art is forever. It's eternal, brother. Like, people are always going to appreciate hands-on no matter what's out there, because people, that's what they love. They love that. No one wants a 3D printed painting, even if it's better. They want to know an artist was working on that canvas. And that's the same thing with this. Now, is it going to be the number one choice for everybody? No. But that's also not what I appeal to my own market. I stick to what I like. But, I'd be silly to act like I don't realize where the game is going. And in 10 years, I mean, who knows? I mean, there might be full 3D printed figures. If I were to look at the game today versus 10 years ago, I mean, we're far advanced than I thought. I mean, we're seeing things like latex rubber that are just bending the fingertips and real hair punched in. Like,
I would be from a collector standpoint, like it does get a little intimidating with how good shit is actually getting. It's like,
sure, man, I think it's amazing, but and yeah, I'm sure that's where majority of it's gonna be directed at, where people are gonna be they're gonna be looking for that. But at the same time, like I said, man, people actually appreciate people sculpting by hand. Like, they still do. It just might not be the main market. Might not be the main market. That's okay. I've always stuck to what I like to do. I don't like to follow what everyone else does, for the most part.
You've never ever, let me tell you this. When I first came into this hobby, it was like, a lot of people say that like One's Customs is like where you start, and then people kind of like branch off, and then they're introduced to, because 90% of the people that start this, they all seem to want horror figures at first. Nobody comes into this 1/6 shit saying, oh, I really want to build a Butcher toy. You know what I mean? They want the Jasons, they want the Freddys. Sure. And when they come into this shit, they see a lot of the One's Custom shit, and then they branch off into the hobby and the community. But you have always stuck with the same ways, and that is what's so unique and fucking sweet about One's Customs. It's the brand that you have. I genuinely am telling you, dude, like your work, your ways of doing this shit is amazing. Like, for real, bro. It really is.
Man, that means a lot, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. My stuff is not for everybody, but I also don't want it to be.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, man. And I appreciate everybody who gives love. I'm fans of all these other guys out there, man. The Freedom Italians.
Who is like, if you had to right now tell the world, if you had to tell them who your favorite artist in 1/6 is, who is it?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite artist. I really love what Kane Productions does.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. You're a big fan of Kane.
I just think that he's very he does everything. And fan of Beto, fan of Rain Man. I guess because those guys have been around long, if not longer than me. So I stick with the OGs.
Yeah.
Still a big fan of Dark Artist as well. He doesn't do 1/6 as much, but he was one of my direct inspirations.
I have never seen a whole lot of Dark Artist stuff. He's not around anymore.
He was early on, bro. He was one of those guys that were doing the Rob Zombie Myers, and he was one of the first to do the 78 Myers. I mean, real early stuff,
We ain't talking about Sovereign Studios, are we, son?
No. I remember him. No,
bro.
Not him, no.
Yeah, Sovereign Studios. That shit. Good times. What?
Yeah, man.
If you could, I'm not gonna keep you much longer, buddy. If you could.
Oh man, no rush. I'm good.
If you could have one figure for yourself,
sure,
in the hobby, just any like shit that you've seen, because obviously you do this for a living. You stay away from the drama and all the bickering bullshit, but you keep an eye on you keep an eye on the other work. I know you do. What figure? If you could have any figure right now, which figure would it be?
Oh, man. Well, I hate to sound like I'm so detached. I really don't keep track that much at all. Really, it comes to me more than I seek it out. People tell me more than I look at it. And it's not because I don't, I'm not interested. I love what everyone does out there. I try to stick to my own stuff. But, if I were to really break it down, I'm thinking, wow, that's a tough question, man. You put me on the spot.
No, my bad.
There's a Rocky 78 figure out there. Either a Rocky, I don't know. You got me, man. I don't know.
So a Rocky, you're a Rocky guy. I'm
a Rocky guy, man.
That's cool.
I'm thinking,
the Johnny Chunk Kinman
he made it.
training
Rocky.
Rocky.
That's what I was gonna say.
So that's
I believe
you would go with that.
Just because I'm a fan of Rocky. I know that's probably boring compared to all the horror.
No. That's a legit piece, man. Johnny Chunk Kinman's an awesome artist. Awesome,
I should have said his name.
No, it's
he's
fine.
great.
He is a good guy.
But I was still trying to think. Yeah.
What? God damn it! I'm trying to figure this out here. All right, figure this out. I'm a pile of shit. I don't know why I can't open my. The notebook. I took notes in my notepad and I can't fucking open it. It's a pile of shit. iPhone 10. But anyway, I that's all the questions I really have for you. I wanted to kind of like get real rowdy, but you know how we gotta like ease our way into this shit. So
sure.
I really honestly appreciate you taking the time to kind of chit chat with us on this new podcast. Shit.
No, thank you, man. I'm honored to be the first guest, brother.
And you know that I love you like a family member, and don't tell me.
Yeah, I love you too, man.
Yeah, everything's good, everything's fine. So anyway, I'll let you go. I'll probably call you in like 10 minutes, and we'll talk about other stuff that can't be talked about on air. So
nice. I always enjoy that.
Thanks again for being our first Figure It Out guest, and I'll talk to you later, sir.
All right. Well, can a boy get like a tag? You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram.
Oh yeah, my bad. No, see, that's what we'll do. We'll go. So I'm gonna put obviously all the links in the description. I'm gonna put One's Customs YouTube links, Instagram links, Facebook group. We got the One's Customs Facebook group. What else? You don't have a Twitter, but you have the Instagram. Your Instagram is huge.
I do have a Twitter. I'm not as active. I'm trying to be a little more active. I got a YouTube channel.
You need to go on your YouTube channel and try to help me get more than fucking 1,000 subscribers.
I don't even get a lot of views on there. I just started doing that again.
Yeah, but you got a lot of Instagram followers. What are you at now? 23K?
22, but I'm private, so I don't let everybody in. I got like consistently, it's like over 1,000 follow requests. I'll let in like 200 people and it never drops.
Yeah,
1,000. So,
that's crazy. Dude.
I'm pretty good, Dude,
why do you not let everybody in? Does the copyright like shit still intimidate you at all?
Oh man, I mean, I've freaking spoke to some of these companies that own these, character rights, but no, it's the trolls and just like it's just a big mess when you let everybody in, man. I'm very selective. You got to have at least a couple followers or posts. Like I can't just let everybody in because there's a lot of trolls out there, and people just get on there and disrespect you.
You ain't got to tell me about no fucking trolls, man.
Definitely,
we all know about the trolls, but yeah, dude, it makes sense. It's crazy that you have like 1,000 requests to follow and you still have 22, 23K. That's a lot of fucking people, man. That's super sick.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
All right. Well, again, follow him on Instagram, follow him on YouTube, and join the One's Customs Facebook group below. I will put the link in the description, and everything will be all good. Thanks.
Yeah, make sure you guys, check out the Figure It Out podcast. With your boy Stiff Richards. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be the hottest 1-6 podcast,
It's gonna be cool, man. I'm really trying to fucking make it cool. It's just I'm not a fan of podcasts in the first place, so I don't really know how podcasts work. But I'm trying to listen to some podcasts, and everybody requested to have a video podcast, which is like 3 times the work, so they can just sit here and watch me just sit here like an asshole.
No, man. When I saw the background, and the equipment you were working with. And I really, that's when I was like, man, this guy's totally serious, man. You have all the setups. And,
Yo, I'm just trying to bring a little flavor into the hobby, man. It needs it. It's a hobby that deserves its own little chit chat group. So it's all good, man. Thank you for the shout out. Thank you for the, it was a little longer than I expected, man. My bad. Taking you away from your family and your work. I know you're. No,
I'm just working, man. It's all good.
All right. Well, you get back to the work, and we'll send out some tracking today if you feel what I'm saying. And
cool.
Well,
thank you for having me, man.
Thanks a lot, man. I'll talk to you, buddy.
Looking forward to who you got on next.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't even know. We'll figure it out. Maybe it'll. Oh, figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
You know what I'm saying?
Every time you say that, you got to have something.
Yeah, I'm a fucking
like a sound effect.
I'm a piece of shit. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you
later,
dude. All right. So let's just say this. I don't know if it was recording. God damn it. I don't know if that was recording. Like, I've literally never, ever, ever done a voice video like that. You probably would have thought that I would have maybe done a test run before I got all crazy with that. But yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. One's Customs. I again will put all his links and contact information in the description. For those of you that don't know, I run a lot of his sale inquiries. I have his calendars actually up on the wall behind us. And yeah, if you have any comments or questions or concerns about anything One's Customs related, and he's busy a lot of the time, and he gets hundreds of emails a week. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to hit me up, because I'll be more than happy to help you. So, with that being said, I think we're gonna call this one quits. First episode of Figure It Out. We're gonna be out this bitch. Next episode, I wish I knew what the fuck it was. I don't know yet, but stay tuned. We got a lot more to come. Figure It Out podcast. Let's go. Later.